Hello everyone, it is time for Simian Scandal 5. Only late enough to be almost 6, but look, a lot has happened, so before I go into what I've actually accomplished this month, let me spend the next 5 minutes of the video attempting to needlessly justify why this took so fucking long, okay? Here we go.
Now for me to deliver on your hype.
Basically, this is a complete rewrite of the original script I did because, well, the original script got dated really quick. I had two options. I make the video as I originally intended, and then make another one in a couple of weeks. Or just be truthful to the time and tell it anew like it is. And seeing as you're here, you already know what option I went with. Not lying, obviously! Because I love my fans, and much as I don't have a lot of clout, the fans I do have are incredibly awesome, and they deserve the truth, so here goes. So, when I was coming up to the bi-monthly time to make the devlog, I, like usual, wrote out the script and then the VA, intending to make a fully fledged trailer for Demo 3 to sweeten the deal. The problem here is that making the trailer took a bit more time than I intended, but hey, it's fine, right? All I've got to do is say, sorry, it took a couple more days, I wanted to make the trailer for it. But then, something happened to me that hasn't happened before in a big way. I burnt out. And I burnt out hard. I burnt out so hard none of my usual switcheroos to other productive hobbies was working. Why did I burn out so hard? Well, it wasn't a devlog. It was sleepless nights of making the game I love making. Story writing, art, animation, oh god, the animation. And pitting myself against a higher and higher wall of difficult tasks, and something inside me just fucking broke. And I lost the plot and installed fucking Bad Game by Blizzard and played it for weeks. Yes, 2 whole weeks. I'm not sure I've made this clear in the past, but I only play retail WoW if I just want to go to effortlessly easy game that I can sink hours into, and then when I die, it's usually because I've done something immensely stupid! Like trying to sell a Nighthold. Yeah, that didn't go great. And yeah, basically all you need to know is if I'm resorting to playing WoW, I am at the bottom of my barrel here, so that happened. Now I hear you asking, despite it not being time for Q&A yet, you devil, you. But Remy, why didn't you play the better game, Final Fantasy XIV? And yes, that is a question worth asking. The reason is rather simple. It's because I'd spent the last 78 days grinding my jobs to level caps, and I was burned out on that too. Yes, it truly is a vicious world, and I am shamed. Anyway, beyond the Bad Game by Blizzard, I also played some good game by some Chinese company I forget. But it's called Genshin Impact, and it's great. It's like Waifu Gacha, but with Breath of the Wild exploration, and the best part, Goblin Genocide, and hitting a certain adventurer level and realizing you have 5 activities you can do per day now, and that's it until the 10th of November. Oh, no. I did try to get back to my work several times, and I even managed to draw something pretty cool during, not really, but I did try, but it just wasn't working, so I resigned myself to this fate until Game Dev came clean for me to do it justice again. And boy, did it. I was back, not just with dev, but with a vengeance. Art and all the other quirky shit I do, like shit posting on Twitter. Okay, maybe not that so much. But the fact is, I felt myself again, and it showed in spades. Making an animation, again, felt great. Challenging myself with a Herculean task I'd probably scale back later due to taking control of the player's hands while I sucked my favorite character's power levels off felt amazing. And I had such a blast, and dev had meaning, and then I logged onto my PC, and it was noticeably slow, and I hadn't even booted Bad Game yet. I'm like, what? What's going on? So I tried to shut down, hoping that would fix it, and oh no. During the time I played WoW, I noticed this 15-year-old game, or 16 now. Yeah, 16-year-old game! This is half of my fucking life! But yeah, that 16-year-old game that barely had a cognizant bit of resemblance to its original content anymore was giving my PC hard performance issues that much newer games did not. I just chalked this up to Blizzard being bad at the make games, so I didn't put too much thought into it, until now. So I reformatted and wrote this new script whilst in the process of transferring files. Yeah, zanings. So that's what happened. I could also bring up that during the time I had 2 of my teeth extracted, although I had to go without one of my vital medications for a couple of days, it made me very upset because pharmacists are fucking stupid, but let's be real. I waged on when I had a viral cough and flu combo. A bit of extra pissing and some hard pain would never stop me. It was but a convenient excuse I'd never used because game dev is what I do to ignore pain. It's my shield wall against depression. It is the lifeblood that keeps me fucking alive. I don't need actual remedies, just game dev, nothing else. The fact is, I feel bummed for making you wait this long. and I've been inactive on Twitter for a fair bit due to just not feeling up to it. But I'm getting back to base, and now that my PC is on the road to recovery, and should now last another 2 years, it should be fine. I didn't lose any files because I have the mind to back things up. The past shall not repeat. And so even if this computer hard destroys itself, I still have a fully functional laptop, though with a not so good OS Win 10 in comparison to Win 7. And it would still mean I can do what I love. Alright, pathetic mopey sob story about justifying a deadline out of the way, let's get to what I actually did work on after a 2-week slog of feeling useless and that my life no longer had meaning. Gosh. So yeah, of the Herculean tasks, there are still plenty to do. The escape from Zali's Solo Malice, the whole remastering those cinematics that didn't quite work the first time around, and the cinematic was fully going full Super Saiyan and blitzing a chuck around annihilating the sorry fuck out of this evil bitch. I actually got this 9-minute super scene finished that is now on my YouTube channel with next to no explanation as to why, but I also got 20 seconds of the planned to be 64-second long cinematic where the above scenario happens. So basically I'm off to a good start. I also spent some time making a couple small and silly optional events like some heart-to-heart between Catmum and Success, or the bit of disposition Fiori and Tristy still have due to their clashing personalities, but I'm sure there's videos of at least one of those up already. You may look at that work and be like, damn, Remy, that isn't shit! Yeah, no crap, genius, it's almost like that's just the work I got done after the burnout. For what I got done before, see all this content, you flatulent smartass, okay? We good, epic!
I am done with running away or watching the worst happen.
Guess our next stop is in Anea, then.
If Nella is there, we'll find her.
Fun! You better not let them win.
No hard feelings, dearies. It's my world to protect.
I shall unmake you!
From the arcane weave of reality. Undo these vile machinations of the Empyrean!
Welcome to hell. Today's the day where everything begins to change.
For 3 quadrillion years, I had purpose without question. When you came to power, you robbed something from me. When you destroyed the wall!
What? No!
That's her! Isn't it?
I am Zali. Evil given the name.
Who is that? By the way, should you succeed in your value, she will make all that what you believe are built. And like I embody terror, and my sister embodies power, she embodies evil itself. Forgive me, perhaps I misheard, but are you insinuating that she is like you and embodiment? No, but maybe that is what she has become.
If I am going to be a part of this revolution, then it's time I stop hiding.
Mom, when did you...
You're the last of your kind. I will finish that genocide that she started.
Ah yes, Demo 3 is shaping up to be quite something. Though I should note that Triforce video you see is going to be cut down heavily due to the fact it's essentially a 10-minute cutscene as it is now, and there's no player interaction, which just feels bad, man. During my burnout, PJCI actually got ahead of me, progress-wise, so we've gone full circle. Lest we forget that characters for Fantasia were done years before I'd given the game a name. He's just that good. Now I can move on to new content without having to worry about placeholders for a while, so that's pretty groovy, I would say. Oh, did I mention the OST song? That's pretty neat, isn't it? Yes, I would say that's pretty neato indeed. Oh. Now, I've got some debts to pay to my incredibly good and competent composer, and oh no, that's a lot. But don't worry, he will get his due. It just might take a year. Time for Fan Art Fantastica. Now you may think, wow Remy, you had 3 months to get all crazy fan art. You surely must have loads to... No, not really, lol. I knew eventually there'd be a drop-off due to my release gig being over, my recession to bad game and gacha, and not being so active on Twitter. Just kidding, lol, here's the same amount I usually get, more or less. Let's start with this Aspharia by Phoenix Astra. She continues to make me a very happy pumpkin. Rise Demo's going beyond and above this month, drawing this Yahweh and also colouring it. Despite her overdone design, he's got nearly everything right. That's our lot. Many thanks, dear fans, friendos, and viewers. And now, we go live to Remy-chan in the same house as before, again.
These shadow antics again. Perhaps you need a new gimmick.
Is it FAQ time? I think it's FAQ time. Want your questions answered? Send them to me at bizarremonkey99@gmail.com, or if you know me anywhere else, then whatever is convenient.
Remy, do you like s'mores?
If only I could give an answer. Alas, I'm bereft of that tree of my dreams. Australia has small kids now though, so consider it a promise I will know by next video, maybe. Tried any new foods lately? So many. Dude, I tried my first couple of Twinkies. They were alright, I guess. I expected them to be more disgusting. I was quite disappointed. Do worse, America! I also tried kangaroo jerky. It was boring. But the pork jerky I got was great, if incredibly salty, and chicken jerky was really nice too. I've also been trying more sushi dishes lately. Still a huge fan of anything salmon and takoyaki, but I've definitely dabbled and plan to try kagi, aka squid, next time, and maybe kingfish too. Did you get any more animations done? Yes. Yes, I did.
Are you past your art burnout?
Yes. It only took 2 weeks longer than it should have.
Dude, I can't find you on Twitter. Did you change your ping?
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm phasing out Bizarre Monkey more and more. My Twitter is now at RemyChan_CCC. I'll print it again at the end of the video. Is Zali going to be the end villain of Fantasia? No. She's not had enough time yet. Your objective in Fantasia remains to preserve your surreal cosmic progeny, and that will mean fighting the twins. Zali and the game in which she can be defeated in is a ways off, as it's incredibly ambitious and will require modularity to a degree I've yet to tamper with.
Remy, how do you deal with burnouts?
If I can't do something else productive and juggle my hobbies to stay in the game, I play games with easy difficulty curves and nice character creation and design to give me a sense of what it would be like to live in the animes. Or Azeroth if I was really desperate and wanted to be amongst a Game of Thrones level of toxic people.
Remy, how do you think a 2-week burnout is big? That's nothing, man.
Burnout isn't common for me. Whether it's because I pace myself or don't do something unless I feel like it, I can't say. If I do get it, it's usually 3 to 4 days at most, so 2 weeks of feeling limp, useless, and like I'd lost my reason for being was rough. But I knew it had passed because I fucking love making games in this dumb toy engine. What is your relationship with WoW? It's my rebound for when a much better game hands me my ass and tells me to get good. Also, I like gnomes. I have this gnome who, okay, I have a lot of gnomes. They're adorable, okay? Small gnomes have big sword and kill dudes 8 times their size. Or, whoa, okay, that's a feat of strength, alright. I also like gnomes because I'm also short, petite, and loaded with sass, and usually have a big bags under my eyes because game dev is my life and sleep is just an extra. I don't need it! And that's it for the Q&A. Remember, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button so I can begin reaching for 250 subscribers. I have thousands of videos on this channel, so if you found these devlogs amusing, you might find other content I make amusing too. If you want to keep track of my progress, feel free to follow me on Twitter at RemyChan_CCC. Thanks all. Later.